guys, it's Super Ty. I'm joined with Comic Book Brando, and we're going to talk about all the really cool books that are coming out tomorrow, September 13th.
New Comic Book Day.
As always, if you guys have any questions or you want to tell us about what you're really excited about, just leave a little comment under there, give us a like, share it with your friends and such.
Tell us your thoughts or questions, or if we don't mention one of your favorite books, mention it, and we'll throw it out there into the world.
Exactly. So there's a lot of really great stuff coming out, so I'm going to start off with a little 1-2 punch kind of thing.
And I'm gonna crack open a cold one with the boys. That's root beer.
Yeah, we actually just got a huge shipment of a lot of artisan sodas.
Yes.
Which-
Delicious, real sodas in real glass bottles.
Yeah. So my first one, a little bit of a 1-2 punch, Mr. Miracle #2 and the second printing of Mr. Miracle #1. I didn't even get a Mr. Miracle #1, so I'm going to be getting the second printing.
How did you miss out? You work here, dude.
Well, I was going to, on the day it came out, I was like, oh, I'll just buy it at noon or something, and we were out by then already. It went fast.
First day?
Yeah.
No.
That or I was just lazy.
I think you missed it.
I just think
I know we had it the next day.
Oh. Well, maybe I'm not paying attention. Anyways, this book is amazing. This is Tom King and, what's his name?
Gerard Way.
Gerard's.
Oh.
The artist. The same team that worked on Sheriff of Babylon. And it is the most insane book ever. It's about Mr. Miracle. It keeps jumping around a whole lot. The first issue seems like he was kind of hallucinating because he, attempted to kill himself because the only thing he hasn't escaped was death. And then this one, it seems like a war book. It jumps around a whole lot, but it's my kind of weird, so I'm loving it.
Some Kirby-like bizarrety.
Yeah.
Patrick Crosby says, another week, more comics. Thanks, guys.
Thumbs up.
Thank you for watching, Patrick.
Yeah.
New from Image is The Realm. This is a really cool cross between Dungeons and Dragons and post-apocalyptic, but all set in the real world. So if you're the kind of person who really liked the introduction of Ezekiel and Walking Dead, this is a lot like that in that you have sort of a fantasy element, except it's a little bit more real. There's like sorcery and magic and orcs and goblins and stuff happening. But it's got that same sort of feel. Like you got regular guys doing like guiding people through troubled lands and what have you, and a troubled land is Chicago or what have you. Really cool, really neat, great art. Check this out.
Nice.
He's also having cracking a cold one with the boys.
Well, I would. Looks like a Pabst.
Except the boys look like dead orcs.
My next one is Action Comics number 987. This is a fancy lenticular cover. I don't know if it translates well onto film, but this is finally showing who Mr. Oz is. He's been buzzing around in the background of the DC Universe for quite some time. He's been showing up in Detective Comics, Action Comics, Superman, a whole lot of things. And you finally figure out who he is, and I was totally wrong. I thought he was somebody else.
I think we were all under certain assumptions.
Yeah, but I'm not going to spoil it because we don't do that here.
It's a pretty big moment for Superman.
Yeah, the artwork is solid. It's very action-packed. The main part of the story is, I guess it could be summed up with Superman just can't save everybody. Even though he's trying really hard, but he just can't get to everybody all the time.
That's got to be the toughest part about being Superman.
Yeah.
Just knowing, being able to hear cries of help that you can't respond to.
Yeah.
Ooh, creepy. Brad says, hello, Mr. Miracle is a must-read.
It is a must-read.
Agreed. The Metal, #2. Dark Knight's Metal. So the storyline continues. Batman has, what's a good word? He's hoodwinked the Justice League in a way that he's up to something, he knows something, and the Justice League just want to help him out. He's not having it though. Things have gone astray, things are terrible. We don't know what's happening. The Journal of Carter Hall is full of mysteries, and we're going to find out some more about those mysteries in this issue. Plus, some not only revelations, but some introductions.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so give this one a read.
Cool. Angel says, sup, fellas?
Sup, Angel?
Thank you for joining us every time, Angel. You're an MVP. My next one is Mech Cadet U #2. This book is really fun, and it's kind of like wish fulfillment for 9-year-old Ty. So in the story of this is, for some reason, every year these 3 giant robots will come down and pick somebody to be, to bond with, and the three people they bond with, you know, fly the robots around and fight giant monsters. But he wasn't initially supposed to be picked. He just happened to be there, right place, wrong time kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this is him kind of trying to prove himself to be a mech cadet. He was originally a janitor, and a 9-year-old janitor. But yeah, it's really fun. It's very bombastic. I like this book.
Fun. It's very talked about around here. I know
Yeah.
a lot of our other employees enjoy Mech Cadet U quite a bit. So after you read Metal 2, then it's okay to read Teen Titans number 12. This is the first part of Gotham Resistance, and this is a direct tie-in to the Metal storyline. Things happen in number 2. A team needs to react to those things. And look at this team that we have. We've got Killer Croc, we've got Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, Green Arrow and Black Canary, and Harley Quinn. What are they going to do? Who are they going to face? What kind of problems is besides being basically encased in trouble? Yeah, big things are happening, and it's going to continue in a lot of the different sort of Bat-like storylines. So Teen Titans picks up some more metal action.
Nice. You guys know I love this book. It's Curse Words. This is issue number 8, part 2, I believe, part 3 of Explosion Town, which is such a great story arc title. In case you're not familiar, this wizard named Wizard comes to the real world, and he just kind of wants to do his own thing, and this big bad in this place called the Whole World, but it's H-O-L-E, no affiliation with the band, has...
Favorite whole song?
Doll Parts?
Violet.
Violet? Right on. Not Celebrity Skin. Not that one.
You know, I actually kind of like that song.
Well, they softened up so much.
You can tell it's co-written by Billy Corgan, which it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a very grungy full song, but I thought, well, maybe the band will sort of re-emerge and remake themselves, and not so much.
Yeah.
But I liked that song.
I was a huge fan of Melissa Auf-Dumur, the bassist, who later joined Smashing Pumpkins, actually.
That's it.
So anyways, Curse Words is awesome. It's fun and crazy and wacky, so you should be reading this. It's great.
It's the second time I've talked about Hole in like 2 days. It's weird.
Weird.
In this 90s resurgence.
Yeah.
Killer Be Killed, number 12. So Dylan's putting together a plan to take out the Russians, and it's a pretty good plan. He's gonna study up. He's gonna follow them, and we'll see what happens if he can get to them before they get to him. You know, it's the best way to respond to a threat like that. It's like, you're hunting me? All right.
Yeah.
I'll hunt you.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a development in his romantic life in this issue. I love Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips on any book. Read them all. Criminal. Oh my God, what's the name of the one who's a supervillain? Incognito. Fatale. All excellent.
And in case you guys didn't know, we were actually absent the last 2 weeks because of book delays and stuff, you know.
Book delays, sales, craziness.
Yeah, and Incognito actually finally got reprinted as one giant hardcover last week.
That's right.
So if you're...
Well, they also did like reprints of the Criminal.
Yeah, giant Criminal hardcover as well. Yeah, so if you're wanting to read some more awesome Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips stuff, we have those available.
Now is the time for crime noir purchasing.
Yeah.
Rusty says, Killer Be Killed is a great series so far. I totally agree.
It is. This one's hard to explain. It's called Retcon. It's my kind of weird for a book. It's a book where the story gets retconned as it's happening. It's very David Lynch, very David Lynchian. If you mesh David Lynch and Steve Ditko into one book, that's what this is. That's the best way I could put it. The artwork's really crazy and frenetic. Yeah, you see it a little bit? That's the best way I could describe it, because like I only had a couple of minutes to flip through it, but it's pretty darn insane, and I liked it a whole lot.
It was kooky.
Yeah. It's also kind of like that series Mythic. Do you remember Mythic from a little while back? A little 9-part series? Yeah. It's pretty nuts. So, but that's my kind of book.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah.
He uses a word that you want to use more.
Yes, yes.
That will not be repeated.
That I can't
on
say
this live
here.
stream.
No, not at all.
Detective 964. Alas, poor Clayface.
Oh no.
Things aren't going so well for Basil. And we're going to see a little bit more of that. Plus, spoiler, and Anarchy. Anarchy reveals a little bit more about this community.
I always felt that Clayface was like, such a tragic figure.
He's a great villain, and making him a hero adds to that sort of. I mean, because originally in the '60s he was just a jerk. They were all just criminal jerks fighting a hero jerk, but not so much as Superman. But now that he's trying to like atone for his sins, he's got sins that he can't really atone for, and there's a little more detail about that in this.
Nice.
It's good.
XMen Blue, number 11 is coming out. So, the Beast, the young Beast, I should say, he's been dabbling in sorcery a whole lot, and,
like you do.
As you do. If you're already a tech genius, why not start being a sorcerer?
Worked for Victor Von Doom.
Exactly. So, but of course, if you dabble with the dark arts enough, bad things are going to happen. Like, people will start noticing you, like the Goblin Queen. Oh yeah, Madeline Pryor comes back in this with dark versions of the X-Men. As you can see, Bloodstorm, Vampire Storm is happening in this, which I always liked.
I was a fan of that.
Yeah, exactly. So, really crazy book. A lot of this is actually just a giant fight scene, this entire book, but with different perspectives throughout. Yeah.
Wonder Woman number 30. So what happens when you've been given powers to save humanity, and then humanity decides to use those powers to their own means? Diana is going to find out exactly how she responds when that is the case. This is a fantastic issue. You can read it in one and enjoy the whole story. And, for a lot of folks that like Wonder Woman, which is most everyone following that big movie, this is a great jumping on point. So check it out. Give it a read. Beautiful cover. There you go.
Secret Empire Omega number 1, even though it's just a one-shot. I don't know why I put number 1 there. They could just said Omega. But, hey, what else? So this is not only kind of an epilogue to the whole Secret Empire kind of story, but it's also setting up a lot of new things that are going to be happening. Like, what's the Punisher going to be up to for the next couple of issues? Or, what does the Winter Soldier think about everything that has been happening? Really great dialogue in this. And I say that because it's Good Cap and Hydra Cap. Like, half this issue is them just talking about how they're both disappointed in each other. It gets pretty deep. And also, I always feel bad if I don't say their name right. Andrea Sorrentino's art is so good in this. It's just so dynamic and like not monocolor, but like very saturated. That's the word I'm looking for.
Well, I love like the sort of red, white, and blue thing going on.
Yeah. Like
Steve Rogers there.
Does such good stuff in this. It's a very nice bookend to the series.
So Nathan, is that the new Valletta book?
Which one? What? Nathan, might need you to clarify, buddy.
And then it says XMen Blue?
Yes.
Maybe clarify?
Oh, yeah. No, it's Cullen Bunn.
And Brad says the Jenny Frison Wonder Woman covers are great.
They are.
I agree. Star Wars 36. C-3PO has been captured by the Imperials, and they're going to extract every bit of information they can out of that protocol droid. Fortunately, one rebel will come to the rescue, single-handedly, to save our friend. Who is that rebel? Why, it's none other than his best droid buddy, R2-D2. That's right, the astromech droid is going to take on the Empire in Star Wars 36.
Nice. I wonder if he'll use his like secret little rockets that allow him to fly.
Nope. Spoilers, no.
Okay.
Because those don't exist.
Yeah, I know.
It's part of a trilogy that just does not need to be referred ever.
Yeah, he just kind of forgot to use those for the rest of the whole series.
Yes. It's nonsense.
Venomverse number 2. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure what to expect with issue 1 that came out last week, but I was impressed. Once again, Cullen Bunn, he's writing this. I'm a huge fan of Cullen Bunn's. So Eddie Brock Venom, he gets pulled into this kind of like secret war that is happening between all the alternate symbiotes and the people that they're attached to against these really weird looking creatures called the Poisons. They kind of remind me of the Is from the Max. And they can take the form of whatever, you know, you love the most or something, so they'll get in close and then infect you, and then you become something even worse than a Venom symbiote. But it's pretty darn good. I was very much impressed, you know, and I had the same feelings about Spider-Verse. I was like, I don't really know what to think about it, and then I read it, and I was like, oh my god, it's great.
It was fantastic.
It's fantastic, so...
The search for Weapon H continues in Weapon X, number 8. What do you do with a guy that's part Hulk and part Wolverine?
Run away?
Stay the hell away from him.
Yeah.
But if you're Logan, you get your pals, Sabretooth and Proudstar and Lady Deathstrike and Domino. A couple of people really just shouldn't be his pals, but there they are anyways. And you go try to have a conversation with them. It ends with a lot of violence.
Yeah.
There's a pretty funny thing that happens to a certain member of that team. I laughed a couple times in the issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to find out more about this hot new character that everyone's crazy about, here you go.
Okay, so Nathan clarified. Sorry about that. A friend of mine was doing the interiors of the next XMen Blue issue.
Next XMen issue.
Oh, okay. So the next one.
We'll try to let you know, Nathan.
So a lot of people are really excited about this. I am as well. A new Runaway series. Yeah. So, you know, it's been a while since the Runaways has, you know, had anything.
Well, we saw a couple of them in Avengers Arena.
There was Avengers Arena. There was also A-Force. Nico was in that one. So the whole premise of this is Nico is just kind of like chilling out at her house. She's bored. She's lost. She doesn't know what to do with her life. And then Chase shows up with a near-dead Gert.
Yeah, how's that?
Time travel-ish stuff happens. So this is setting up a whole lot of things that are going to be happening in there. I really hope that Lace the dinosaur shows up because, I mean, as I always say, add more dinosaurs to make everything better. Artwork is solid. Parts of it are actually kind of funny, even though it's a very serious situation in the book. But yeah, I'm digging it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very curious where they go with that.
Oh, and Brad could hear the Eurythmics playing on our... Yeah.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Amazing Spider-Man, number 32. Norman Osborn just doesn't have that same old goblin feeling. He's empty without it. He tries everything he can. Everything modern science, mystical science, just whatever he could find to try to destroy the nanites that are keeping the goblin serum from working.
Dianetics?
He doesn't go into that in the comic, but maybe he gave it a shot. We don't know. So he's told of a mystical temple that he can attend and maybe see and maybe find some answers. The kind of place maybe Doctor Strange would go to fix his hands. This is a pretty awesome issue. This is a one-shot story. You can read this and enjoy it yourself if you're a fan of if you're the person who likes the bad guy. Pretty interesting tale. I dug this a lot. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Dan Slott writing Spider-Man characters, and this is a great example. So give it a read.
Redlands number 2. First issue was really crazy because it reminded me a whole lot of Demon Knight, like a lot of people just surrounded by evil happening. This one kind of delves into the backstory of how everything kind of got started as well as where it's heading to next. Essentially, 3 witches maybe are trying to, you know, conjure up some baddie stuff. I really can't tell a whole lot more because it's like gives away a whole lot, but if you like, you know, kind of that one act kind of horror, does that make sense? You know, where it all just takes place in like a certain place and time. You will be a fan of this.
I know there's a name for that, but
yeah, closed door mystery. No.
Well, yeah, I think closed door mystery is like the mystery version of that.
Yeah. So closed door horror, I guess. Artwork's very fantastic. It's very subtle. Yeah. There's also this is not for children. There's some full-on nudity happening in this book.
You know what other closed door horror movie I enjoyed?
What?
A lot.
1408.
what is that?
Oh, it's John Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson, Stephen King movie. It was bad.
No, I didn't see that.
It was not good.
Feast.
Feast.
That was the one where
Oh yeah.
Project Greenlight and Henry Rollins is in it, and they're in that bar. And
Yeah.
giant monsters.
Like with giant teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Feast 2, not closed door. Very hilarious.
Oh, okay.
Horrendous as well.
Nice.
Really fun. Harley Quinn #1, 25th anniversary special. 25 years of Harley and Quinzel. We've got multiple stories in here from some of comics' best favorite fun creators, including a new one with Chip Zdarsky
Oh really?
and Joe Quinones. Yeah.
Oh. Friend of the store, Chip Zdarsky.
Friend of the store, Chip Zdarsky. A friend of my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. There's some pinups in here too, so if you're a fan of Miss Quinn, then there you go.
And
She's also got...
Oh, sorry?
well, I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay. I'm at a single issue, so I'm going to start talking about trades.
Oh.
Here is Jonesy Volume 2, or Volume 3, I'm sorry, I can't read upside down. This book is so adorable. It's about Jonesy. She has the ability to make anybody fall in love with anybody or anything, except she can't make anybody fall in love with her. So she's kind of, frustrated with that, but she also gets to have a little fun with it. Has actually a very inspiring message towards the end that I was just like, oh man, that's great. How sweet. So if you want something that's just like good fun and, cutesy, it makes you feel good on the inside, you should be reading Jonesy.
Written by
Sam Humphries.
Also a friend of the store.
And Caitlin Rose Boyle also,
Yeah.
was a part of it.
Rocket, #5. We've got a heist. That's what's going on here. This is pretty cleverly written by Al Ewing. I really like this run because it feels very different from a typical comic. You got a lot of pages that start off with setup. You got some prose and like a scene, and this particular one keeps going back further. So you get to a certain point, and then it rolls up to see what's going on, and then ends where it starts.
Oh.
Really good, really clever. The kind of thing you love out of a crime noir, but done with a space raccoon.
Yeah.
And
A space sea otter.
and his otter ex-girlfriend, and what is that? A badger?
Beaver?
Yeah.
He got the teeth for it.
It is a beaver. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus TechNet, the bounty hunters.
Yeah,
from
and that's why I love this series. It brought in TechNet.
A lot of weirdness, a lot of fun. Heist movie.
Yeah.
It's like Ocean's 11, but with strange anthropomorphic creatures.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Everybody loves Tank Girl. I know I do.
True.
Yes. Kind of influenced me in some interesting ways, except for the movie, because that movie was pretty crazy.
It's got like a fan following.
Oh, I mean, I watched it recently, and I was just like, it wasn't that bad. At the time, I was just like, oh, this is pretty rough, but, Anyways, here's an omnibus of some really good stuff. This has Everybody Loves Tank Girl, Solid State Tank Girl, and Bad Wind Rising.
It's a lot of the post
Jamie Hewitt. Yeah, there's a lot of Jim Mahfood stuff happening in this one.
Rufus Dayglow was one of my favorite artists to have worked on Tank Girl as well.
Yeah. So if you want punk rock personified into a comic book, this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan. So Logan's got his buddy Hawkeye, but not the one from the future, the one from right now.
Yeah.
To help out on this mission.
Yeah.
After the Maestro. Maestro has promised a world of paradise to all the Hulks, and he's not quite delivering that yet. But he's got some tricks up his sleeve. This is a really fun book. It's got a lot of sort of history of these two characters wrapped up into it. Really digging it. It's explosive, really intense, and a lot of sort of build up to action.
Yeah. And super violent.
And super violent.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 17. This one's called Desperate Measures. I am a huge fan of this series. On a whim, like one of our regulars, David, he said, "Hey, you should really just try reading this." And I read the first volume, and then I immediately read the next 13. the next day, because it is just fantastic. It's for people like us that, you know, when we were little liked Ninja Turtles, but now we're grown-ups, because it does get really dark sometimes. The whole premise of this story arc is there's this new kind of police force called the Earth Protection Force, and they're out to get all the mutants and stuff. And they have a ringer. They have a ringer that's going to be causing some damage. So one thing that I really dig about this series is all the Easter eggs. Like, all the characters show up, like Ray Fillet and Mondo Gecko.
Nice.
All that. Even the Mutagen Man, whose real name is Seymour Guts, he's in this biz as well. Yeah, I had that toy. So this series is really great. Written by Kevin Eastman, like, you know, original creator. I feel like he's redoing stuff that he thinks he might have been able to do better.
Well, and they also like have that harder edge of the original Turtle series.
Yeah, the original Turtle series.
And then, you know, before the cartoon, and then the Archie series, just kind of like, look, cowabunga, dude, pizza time.
Pizza.
Which is great, but like, this is sort of a combination of like the classic stuff.
Right.
All the big toys, all the crazy toy line, and sort of like the fun wackiness of the cartoons.
Yeah.
Digging it. Defenders number 5. So, how do I describe this without spoiling things? Diamondback has been causing trouble.
Right.
And they finally captured him. It's good. It's locked up. The problem is they put him in the same van with another notable Marvel character that likes guns.
Yeah.
Things go badly. So I'm not going to say any more. Defenders 5, great series by Brian Michael Bendis. Really loving it. David Marquez killing it on the art. Really enjoy seeing these characters drawn by him. They've got so much personality. There's lots of like character conversation as you get in a Bendis comic. But it's awesome.
Dude, Marquez's art in it is solid. Fantastic.
It's so funny, knowing him years ago. I'm just never expecting him to take on and take over the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
He has. I mean, he draws every character, and it's like, dang.
Yeah.
So good. You back when?
My next one is Superman Reborn. This book was a little bananas, because when Rebirth happened, there was Superman, old school Superman from before the New 52, and for some reason another Clark Kent just kind of roaming around. And so the whole point of this book is, who is that Clark Kent? And no spoilers, but it was quite a surprise for me. I was not expecting it. If y'all have been watching this, you know that I'm a huge fan of the new Superman stuff that has been happening. This kind of solidifies his place in the Rebirth universe of DC. Yeah, solid.
Yeah. Harley Quinn Volume 3. This is the next volume. This is Red Meat. This is the story with like some creepy... How do I describe this too? Things happen to the population of New York.
Okay.
And yeah, and Harley goes to investigate it. I'll just say that. Fun, weird, intense. But like, it's got that sort of like lunacy to it that Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti have just like nailed.
I'm a fan of lunacy.
Yeah. Also, there's the Volume 1 hardcover, like the deluxe edition.
Yeah, it's like the first 12 issues or something.
As well. So if you're a fan, there's so much Harley Quinn. 25 years. There's also in the DC Comics. Did you see that like 25th anniversary ad where she's on the cover of all the classic books?
Yeah.
Lots of Harley running around. I'm gonna do my next one because I saw the next one's a sidekick book. Ty, come with me. It's the Art of Rick and Morty. That's my Rick Sanchez impression.
Perfect, spot on.
Yeah, so this is an art book from Dark Horse. I haven't had a chance to take a look at this yet, but it's a beautiful hardcover volume. It's got you will not show on the screen, but it has a glow-in-the-dark cover as referenced by Morty himself.
Yeah.
You can see the outlines of all the characters that show
Oh,
up.
Yeah. Ah, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Uncensored, bro. That's my new catchphrase. Rubba lubba dub dub.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Rubba lubba dub dub. He mixes it up. He changes it around. Like the next time he says it.
That's the way the news goes.
Oh, God. I rewatched all of that recently. It's so good.
I haven't seen any of season 3 except for the pilot.
I haven't even seen that. I haven't seen any of season
I'm just
2.
waiting for. Well, I found on Facebook, like when it's on, they'll like just Facebook Live it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is.
Well, they first released it like online months before the season. even
Yeah,
started,
exactly.
So.
But it was an amazing series.
Art book. Can't wait to give that a look. I'll be doing that first thing tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, I would like to also get that book, but I kind of spent a whole lot of money recently on all of our sale stuff. My last one, as usual, is the Sidekick Special of the Week. This one, I'm really happy we're doing. This is Marvel Masterworks. If you're not familiar with Marvel Masterworks, this is a collection of all the old school comics. This actually collects Tales to Astonish 80 through 101 and Incredible Hulk 102. So if you want to get into some like classic 70s and the late 60s, early 70s kind of Incredible Hulk stories, this is him just fighting giant robots in the army. And
the first appearance of Abomination.
Yeah, first appearance of Abomination in this.
Surfer confrontation in there.
Yeah, this is a
Namor confrontation in there, I believe.
Yeah, this is amazingly fun stuff. I love this biz so much. I believe the Mole Man shows up a couple of times. But yeah, so these usually go for about $24.99. We're doing it for $7.
7 smackers.
7 smackaroonies. So you should definitely come by and pick this up.
Man,
It'll be available at the Sidekick store tomorrow, 9 a.m.
that is not much to pay for a lot of Hulk action.
Yeah. So anybody say anything?
Joel says, "Hey, I really appreciate you guys doing this show. I look forward to it every week. See you all this Saturday."
Excellent, Joel.
Thank you for watching. We're glad to be back. I was a little heartbroken the past couple of weeks that we didn't get a chance to do it.
Yeah, you know, the Hurricane Harvey, and then like Labor Day also happened, so it just kind of delayed some stuff.
What you guys don't understand, when the comics are delayed a day, that whole next day starts off with me, Ty, and Trevor running around in the back,
Yeah.
counting, sorting, pulling. Meanwhile, everyone else, George, Brennan, Mila, are grabbing books and putting them out and just trying
Like
to
as we get to them,
place.
so it's a really furious.
It's like an
hour
hour
of crazy,
furious activity.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of fun, but it's a little exhausting.
It's us just yelling numbers at Trevor. Like,
Sort of like later that day, it's like, "Do you want to do a video?" I was like, "I can't.
yeah, I'm tired.
I'm not good. I'm not camera ready."
So let's talk about things that are going on. We are still in the middle of the 40 days of sales
40 days of sales
for our Austin Books 40th anniversary. So this week, let me tell you everything. I actually had to pull it up on my email because it's a lot. Austin Books, buy one toy, get the second one of equal or lesser value for 40% off.
That is a sweet deal.
There's about 7 action figures that I'm probably going to buy on Saturday.
Nice.
And hopefully Janine's not watching, so she won't know where I'm going to put them. Like, well, like I gotta hide them in my car, and then you know, like when she's not paying attention, I'll run up to my little man cave room and like be like, "Oh no, they were always there."
I'm gonna like shake you down for some money. I'm like, or I'll tell Janine exactly what you
no,
do.
don't do that. Shh.
I'll betray you. You can buy me a couple figures.
Why would you betray me? Next up, at Guzu, buy one Kid Robot item, get another Kid Robot item for 40% off as well. And they do all the cool stuff like the weird little food, like plushes. You know, like it's like a hot dog.
Yummy World.
Yummy World, thank you.
They got blind boxes.
Yeah.
Kid Robot has like
Dunnies.
Licensed materials too, so like South Park blind box figures.
The Simpsons Mr. Sparkle, like little vinyl figure.
Kid Robot as well.
Yeah.
They've done Rick and Morty stuff. Cartoon Network stuff.
So that's really cool. Over at Outlaw Moon, we have all Hero Clicks and all Dice Masters are buy one, get one.
No, incorrect.
Buy one, get one 40% off. I'm sorry.
Incorrect again.
What is it?
All Marvel Hero Clicks and Dice Masters are just 40% off.
Oh, really?
Just 40% off. You don't even have to buy one to get the discount off.
Oh, man, you're right. I'm sorry. I misread that. My apologies, guys. I'm sorry.
40% all Hero Clicks and Dice Masters.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a deal.
The last one, Sidekick Store, this is the one that I'm probably going to spend equal amounts on as action figures, is buy one bag set or box set and get another one 40% off. I've been eyeballing the Peter David Captain Marvel, like both series.
You've been eyeballing that one
for
too,
like 3 years. I'm just like, oh.
I've been looking at that one myself.
Okay.
The race is on.
So that's what's going on next week. Starting on Tuesday, we'll have a new weekly special, or weekly sale. What else do we got going on? On tomorrow, actually, from 6 to 8, we are having Tilly Walden come in to do a signing for a book, Spinning, which is an ice skating memoir kind of book. Yeah, and she's also going to be doing a Q&A moderated by Renee. So that's
what time is that?
6 to 8 tomorrow.
6 to 8.
6 to 8 tomorrow. So
she's been in the store. She's very nice.
Nice. I love it when people are nice.
It's always nice
in real life.
When you meet these creators and they're like
they're cool. Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Next, got a couple more things. Sorry. Now you know why I had to pull up my phone to get all the notes. So we're actually having the first Austin Books All Ages Book Club.
I've heard that.
Yeah, we're doing an all-ages book club. That's going to be on September 24th from 5 to 6. It is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, one of the most delightful books that I've been reading recently.
Also led by Renee.
One
of our most cheerfully outgoing employees.
And the last thing we got is...
Yeah, I got something on Saturday.
Oh, you got something on Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going on this, and then you tell me all your stuff.
Okay.
Last thing for me is Book Club Toil and Trouble. That's going to be Tuesday, September 26th. From 6:30 to 7:30. Have you read Toil and Trouble?
I have.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic book.
It's kind of like a twist on the old Macbeth.
Hamlet. Or Macbeth, not Hamlet. I'm sorry.
You could put Three Witches in Hamlet too. That works.
I think they're in the background.
They're there. They're there in all of Shakespeare. Willie's.
Big
Willie's stories.
Big Willie Shakespeare style. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Have you ever...
The Fresh Prince of Verona?
Oh, man.
Come on, that was pretty good.
No, I was just trying to think if I could start busting out some
Floor is yours.
I can't.
Floor is yours.
I was trying to think of... I blanked on the name of the river. On
West Philadelphia, born and raised when the play.
Well, I know the name of the real word, but I didn't know, like, I was trying to, like, start singing that with, like, Shakespeare type stuff.
Man.
He's from, like, he's not from a river, but he, like, the theater was on, I don't remember, 7th grade English class.
We're professionals. So what do you got going on?
Saturday. Have you ever wanted to learn how to play Magic the Gathering? I've always been curious about those cards your friends are snapping. I can teach you how to play. We have a Magic the Gathering open house all day at Outlaw Moon Games and Toys from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you've ever been curious about the game, swing by. You get a free deck, like a total no monetary commitment. You get a deck of cards to play with. It's a beginner's level deck, so you're not going to get any killer rare stuff, but what is. There is a rare card in there, so there you go.
Yeah.
You get that. I'll teach you how to play, and then you get like a bonus card, like a foil promo card from the upcoming Ixalan set. The Ixalan set is based in like an Aztec-like jungle,
all right,
where power is being vied for by pirates, dinosaurs, vampires, and merfolk.
Dinosaurs. It always comes back.
Oh man, I'm rooting for all of them. That's just a fantastic combination. I do plan on making a pirate deck.
Nice.
So yes, I will teach you how to play Magic on Saturday, and then you can join our pre-release for the new set next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We got details in the Outlaw Moon Facebook page, and then you can join our league. And there's all sorts of Magic fun to be had. I will get you into the game. It is an obsession, but it is a fun one. I enjoy it a lot. And we'll get you playing Commander, which is my biggest obsession.
Nice. Anything else you got going on?
Tonight we're going to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Live streaming?
Live streaming, of course, at Outlaw Moon Games and Toys. It's going to be fun because they got themselves into a tricky wicket, sticky wicket, is what you say.
Okay.
And a couple of the folks had obligations where they can't be there tonight. So we have a smaller group, and one of the ones who just got them in trouble will be missing. So now they're kind of left with their, what do we do now?
Oh, right.
And then they fight.
Oh, man. You got anything else going on?
Quit asking me that.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah. Man, there are lots of stuff going on. Come by. I'm grading comics all the time. We just added a long box and a short box to the showcase comics.
Nice.
There's some great first appearances there. There's a good number of XMen comics. I tweeted a bunch of them recently. A lot of first appearances. There's a first Ant-Man. There's a first now I'm just blanking on all of it. But
I saw First White Queen, I believe.
yeah, I just priced that one a moment ago. So there's the first Deathstroke, the Terminator,
Oh, that's cool.
added to the collection. So yeah, swing by if you're looking for some classic books. I know we just had that sale, but it's time to refresh the boxes.
Nice. The only other thing I got is I'm playing a show on Friday
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock at the Dirty Dog on 6th Street.
Dirty Dog.
That's actually a benefit show for a singer for a band that I played a lot of shows with. She died in a car wreck like 2 years ago, and we're doing like a remembrance kind of thing with them. So that's at 10. Sorry if that was a bummer sounding thing, but it'll be fun rock and roll. And I'm going to get some more Hoax Death Metal Pizza. So that'll do it for us, I guess. You can follow me at SuperTitan1. You can follow you at
Comic Book Brando.
You can follow both of us at Austin Books, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh wait, one more thing. Come by Austin Books and get the root beer sampler I've
Oh, yeah.
curated.
Yeah.
I've curated a root beer sampler. I've put my lifetime of knowledge
Of root beers.
of root beers, which is a crazy thing to be obsessive about, but there I am. And it includes Henry Weinhard's root beer, which to me is the greatest root beer. So swing by, get yourself a big 10-pack of root beer, and read some comics.
Nice. We'll catch you next time, guys. Come buy comics with us.
You caught on your chair.
You cut on your chair?
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right.